Have you ever felt like you're playing a game with rules you don't understand? That some people just seem to effortlessly navigate the world, achieving their goals and commanding respect, while you're left feeling perpetually off balance, reacting to life instead of creating it? Here's a truth modern society is terrified to admit. Your weaknesses aren't just minor character flaws. They are psychological vulnerabilities, strategically exploited by the world around you. They are the silent architects of your own defeat. Many of us were taught that weakness is simply a part of being human, a charming quirk, a sign of humility. But what if that teaching wasn't designed to empower you, but to pacify you? What if every time you were told to be nice, be patient, or don't rock the boat, you were being programmed to become a manageable, predictable part of a system that needs you to stay small? This is a story not about good or evil, but about power and where it truly resides. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the subtle programming that keeps you powerless and reveal a path to genuine, unshakable strength. Let's get started. Weakness is not an inherent trait you were born with. It's an intricate program, meticulously installed in your mind from the moment you entered this world. Think about it. From a young age, you were taught to apologize even when you weren't wrong, instilling a subconscious habit of accepting fault. You were encouraged to prioritize the needs and feelings of others above your own, blurring the critical boundary between empathy and self-annihilation. You were conditioned to seek permission before pursuing your ambitions, as if your dreams required a public consensus to be valid. And you were told that wanting more than what you have is selfish, a form of arrogance that makes others feel bad about their own lack. This isn't just a byproduct of culture, it's a deliberate system of control. The purpose is to produce a population of compliant, predictable individuals who will never challenge the status quo. Now, observe how this programming manifests in your daily life. You check your phone first thing in the morning, allowing the notifications and demands of others to hijack your mental real estate before you've even had a chance to set your own intentions for the day. You say yes to commitments you secretly dread because the discomfort of saying no feels too overwhelming. You downplay your achievements and talents, afraid of shining too brightly and making someone else feel insecure. You avoid difficult conversations, allowing small, manageable issues to fester and become monumental problems. Machiavelli understood this dynamic with chilling clarity. He saw that power and survival belonged to those who were both cunning and strong. He said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. You've been trained to be neither. You've been trained to be prey. Every time you shrink from confrontation, every time you accept less than you deserve, every time you make excuses for those who disrespect you, you are strengthening these programs. The most insidious part? This conditioning makes you believe that choosing yourself is selfish, that having high standards is cruel, and that pursuing your desires is greedy. But here's the secret. The people who taught you these rules rarely, if ever, follow them themselves. The truly successful and influential people in the world did not get there by being infinitely accommodating. The great news is that once you see the code, you can rewrite it. You can begin to question every single belief you were handed about being polite or good. Ask yourself, is this belief truly serving my highest good? Or is it a relic from a past that was designed to keep me small? When someone tells you to be realistic, consider this. Are they protecting you from failure, or are they protecting their own reality from your potential success? When people notice your growth and say, "You've changed," remember that's not a criticism, it's a compliment of the highest order. Let me tell you something that might be uncomfortable to hear, but is essential for your growth. In the real world, there are only two types of people: those who take what they want and those who get what's left over. Your weaknesses are not just internal flaws. They are giant, flashing vulnerabilities visible to everyone around you. They are silent invitations to be exploited. Think about your own life, your own environment. Who gets the promotions at your job? The person who works diligently in silence, hoping their effort is noticed, or the one who strategically positions themselves, ensuring their contributions are undeniable and their value is seen? Who holds the power in a relationship? The person who is endlessly afraid of being alone and accepts any form of treatment, or the person who knows their worth and is willing to walk away if it is not respected? When you project an image of weakness, you are giving a subtle cue for others to test your boundaries. They will push a little further each time, not out of malice, but because your lack of resistance signals that it's acceptable. Your opinions are dismissed in meetings because people know you won't fight back. Your time is treated as less valuable than everyone else's because you never protect it. Your personal goals are mocked or minimized because people know you won't defend them with conviction. The harsh reality is that people don't respect what they can easily control. They respect what they cannot. Machiavelli's profound insight into this dynamic is often misunderstood. He said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This isn't a call to be cruel. It is a profound lesson in maintaining a strategic advantage. To be feared in this sense is not to be a tyrant, but to be someone whose boundaries are inviolable. It means people think twice before disrespecting you because they know there will be a clear, swift consequence. It means they value your opinion because they know you don't give it lightly. When you display weakness, you are not just harming yourself. You are training the world to treat you poorly. Every time you accept disrespect, you are teaching people that there is no cost to disrespecting you. Your weakness becomes their opportunity. Your hesitation becomes their advantage. Your fear becomes their power over you. And here's the most tragic part. Even as they exploit your weakness, they secretly lose all respect for you. They may benefit from your compliance, but they despise the very quality that makes you compliant. This is the moment of choice. Are you willing to trade genuine respect for fleeting approval? Are you willing to be a target for the rest of your life? Or will you drop the armor of comfort and become someone whose strength is felt, not just seen? The comfort trap. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. It is a soft prison that tricks you into believing you are safe while quietly robbing you of your potential. Most people choose the comfortable path, the predictable one, the one where they don't have to face their fears. And that is precisely why they remain trapped in lives they secretly resent. Comfort creates weakness because it eliminates the need to grow. When everything is easy and predictable, your mental, emotional, and psychological muscles atrophy. You never develop the resilience required for life's inevitable challenges. Look around you. How many people do you know who are living the exact same life they were living 5 years ago? Same job, same problems, same excuses, same limitations. This isn't a coincidence. It's the quiet decay of comfort. And here's what comfort truly costs you. Your potential dies in comfort. Your dreams don't die in a dramatic single event. They die quietly, one comfortable choice at a time. Each day you choose the easy path, you are choosing to stay exactly where you are. Your skills deteriorate in comfort. Just like physical muscles, your mental and emotional capacities need resistance to stay strong. When you consistently avoid challenging situations, you become less and less capable of handling them. Your confidence shrinks in comfort. Real, unshakable confidence is born from doing difficult things and succeeding. When you only do easy things, you begin to doubt your ability to handle anything truly challenging. Your opportunities disappear in comfort. The most valuable opportunities are always disguised as risks and wrapped in uncertainty. The person who avoids discomfort is the person who misses out on the chances that could fundamentally transform their life. Machiavelli saw this pattern repeating throughout history. He said, "Whoever wishes to foresee the future must consult the past, for human events ever resemble those of preceding times." The pattern is always the same. People who avoid discomfort today create immense pain for themselves tomorrow. The person who avoids difficult conversations ends up in a relationship that slowly erodes their self-respect. The person who avoids career risks ends up watching younger, hungrier people get promoted right past them. The person who avoids physical discomfort ends up with a body that cannot keep up with their ambitions. Every single person you admire has one thing in common. They learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. They took the phone call that scared them. They had the difficult conversation. They made the risky move that everyone warned against. They started before they felt ready. While others were choosing comfort, they were choosing growth. The more you embrace discomfort in service of your goals, the more comfortable your life actually becomes because you build the confidence and skills to handle whatever life throws at you. The 4 lies that destroy your power. Let me expose the 4 biggest lies that are keeping you passive and powerless. These aren't just beliefs. They are mental anchors designed to keep you from taking action and owning your life. Lie 1. Good things come to those who wait. Wrong. Good things come to those who take action. While you are waiting for the perfect moment or for an opportunity to magically appear, someone else is out there taking what could have been yours. Waiting is a form of procrastination disguised as patience. It's an excuse to stay in your comfort zone and avoid the risk of failure. Lie 2. Everyone deserves respect. Respect is not a birthright. It is earned, not given. When you offer respect freely to people who have not earned it, you devalue your own worth. You are communicating that your standards are low and that anyone can gain your regard without any effort or integrity on their part. Respect is a currency, and you must be a wise steward of it. Lie 3. Just be yourself and people will like you. The wrong version of yourself will only attract the wrong people. The truth is, the right version of yourself, the authentic, powerful version, might make some people deeply uncomfortable. And that discomfort is a sign that you are on the right path. True authenticity isn't about being universally liked. It's about being unapologetically you, even if it means alienating those who can't handle your power. Lie 4. Everything happens for a reason. This is the ultimate victim mentality. It is a belief system that absolves you of personal responsibility. Things don't happen because of some cosmic plan. They happen because of the decisions you make and the actions you take. This lie keeps you dependent on fate, rather than on your own effort and will. It turns you into a passive spectator in your own life. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Stop appearing weak by believing these lies. Each of these lies serves the same purpose: to keep you passive, waiting, and dependent on others for your success. They are comfortable lies, but they will never lead you to an uncomfortable truth, the truth that you have the power to create your own reality. Here's where most people lose. They make decisions based on how they feel, and then they try to justify those decisions logically. Successful people do the exact opposite. They make strategic, logical decisions and then manage their emotions around those decisions. When someone disrespects you, your emotional brain says, "Get angry, react." Your strategic brain, however, should ask, "What response will best serve my long-term interests?" When someone presents you with an opportunity, your emotion says, "What if I fail?" Your calculation should be, what is the real risk versus the potential reward? When someone tries to manipulate you, your emotion says, "Maybe they're right." Your calculation says, "What are they trying to get from me?" Emotional decision-making is a trap because you react instead of respond. Reactions are automatic and often counterproductive. They are a knee-jerk defense mechanism. Responses, on the other hand, are deliberate and strategic. You become predictable. When people know exactly how you will react emotionally, they can easily manipulate those reactions to get what they want from you. You make decisions based on fleeting feelings. Feelings change from one hour to the next, but the consequences of your decisions can last for years. This is where the power of calculation comes in. Before you respond to any situation, you must ask yourself, what outcome do I truly want here? Before you take any action, you should consider, how will this affect my position 6 months from now? And before you engage with a difficult person, you must decide, is this battle worth my time and energy, or am I just feeding my ego? Machiavelli said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." The difference is that the wise man calculates first, then acts. The fool reacts first, then suffers the consequences. This is not about becoming cold or heartless. It is about using your emotions as valuable information, not as your entire decision-making system. Your emotions tell you what matters to you. Your calculation tells you how to get it. For example, your emotion tells you that someone's behavior is unacceptable. Your calculation tells you the most effective way to address it without destroying your own peace or reputation. Most people have this backwards. They let their emotions drive their decisions and then wonder why they keep getting the same negative results. They react with anger when someone disrespects them, escalating a conflict instead of resolving it. They make career decisions based on fear rather than on opportunity. They stay in bad relationships because leaving feels scary, even though staying guarantees continued misery. This is the difference between a life of purpose and a life of constant, unthinking reaction. The power of strategic detachment and the consequence. Here is a truth that will fundamentally change how you interact with the world. The moment you become too attached to any single outcome, you lose your power to influence it. Why? Because attachment makes you predictable, and predictable people are easy to manipulate. When you desperately need a specific job, the employer has all the leverage. When you desperately need someone's approval, they have all the control. And when you desperately need a relationship to work, the other person knows they can treat you poorly without consequences. Strategic detachment means that you want the best possible outcome, but you're psychologically and emotionally prepared for any outcome. Machiavelli saw this as a core tenet of power. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. This means you must always have alternatives. Never put yourself in a position where someone else's decision can destroy your plans. Always have a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D. When you're not desperate, you make better decisions. When you're not needy, people respect you more. When you're not attached to outcomes, you're free to take the actions that actually create those outcomes. Your peace comes from within, not from external validation. This leads to the final, most crucial lesson. Become the consequence. Stop explaining yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. Stop justifying your decisions to people who don't have to live with the consequences of them. Stop apologizing for taking up space in a world that needs what you have to offer. You are not here to make everyone comfortable with your success. You are not here to shrink so that others can feel bigger. Machiavelli believed that true honor comes from within. He said, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Your value doesn't come from what others think of you. It comes from what you do with the time you have been given. Become the person who doesn't need to announce their power. Everyone can feel it. Become the person who doesn't need to prove their worth. Their results speak for themselves. Become the person who doesn't need to defend their choices. Their success is their defense. When you truly embody strength, you don't have to act strong. When you truly embody confidence, you don't have to prove you are confident. You become the consequence that others must deal with, not through force or aggression, but through the undeniable reality of who you have chosen to become. You now understand that weakness isn't a personality flaw. It is a strategic disadvantage that impacts every area of your life. You've exposed the programming of weakness and why comfort is the enemy of growth. You've learned to replace emotional reactions with strategic calculation. This is not about becoming cold or cruel. This is about becoming strong, strategic, and unshakable in your pursuit of the life you deserve. Your weakness is not your identity. It's a habit you can change. Start today.